right now.
Welcome, Shamrock friends, to our fifth virtual event of 2024, focusing on the secrets to trade show success. Our guest speakers today will be discussing trends that you'll have in your back pocket when planning your 2025 trade show season. Shamrock can supply you with all your trade show needs, no matter what the budget. Our experts will share options to outfit your 10 by 10 space all the way up to a full customized solution that can span several thousand square feet. No matter what you're looking for, we have you covered. A few house cleaning issues. Chat equals prizes. We want to see you light the chat up. We are looking for feedback, questions, comments, as long as they're PG-13. And the top chatters will be entered into a sweepstakes to win some amazing prizes. If for some reason your question can't be answered during our session, your sales director will reach out to you after. Please feel free to click on the handout section so that you can download the latest guide to best-selling trade show products. So another important reminder before we get started, Shamrock offers trade show management services to keep track of these costly assets. Why do you need this? Because the previous person using them threw them in a box or a crate and then shipped them back to your office so that you could deal with it. Our team will open the box, examine, fix, replace, and clean all necessary items and make them ready for the next show, avoiding any last-minute surprise and panic. Please reach out to your sales director if this is of any interest. Okay, we're going to start off with getting your booth ready. Okay, I heard a statistic the other day that stated that you only have about 5 to 10 seconds in order to get someone to come into your booth. We have Kara from Orbis who is going to fact check me on this. Orbis specializes in design and production of exhibit and display products. They have an expansive selection of products ranging from simple tablecloths all the way up to fully customized solutions that are being used by America's Fortune 500. Welcome, Kara.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. Thank you for having me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to share my screen here.
Awesome.
So what I'm going to, perfect. You guys
Just
can see
want to
my
say thanks for
screen.
joining us. Just tell us a little bit about the organization and how you can help our clients stand out in this whole crazy trade show world.
Absolutely. So let's begin here. Some very important keynotes with us is we are actually considered to be a North American production company. So we are based in Chicago and Las Vegas as well. We have the largest inventory off the shelf. So we have thousands of the products that are actually on U.S. soil, and then we do print 100% of the graphics on U.S. soil. So we marry up the product, and then off it goes. It allows us to be considered an American company. Some of the fun things that we like to do, we do have a full custom exhibit production company. We do a lot of custom woodworking and welding, which we're going to get into. Our lead times are very, very quick. So if you do have something that maybe you needed a little bit ahead of time, or something that maybe you forgot to order, we can cover it for you. So right now, banner stands, table throws, retractable banner stands, they're one business day. So again, we get them up pretty quick. And we don't have any hidden fees. So you need a PMS color match. We do that all at courtesy. And if you do need something under lead time, you just go to Shamrock and you say, hey, unfortunately, we have an event going on next week. We do need it in, we'll say, 2 days versus our typical 4. All Shamrock has to do is call us up and ask. And we have holes in our schedule every day open for rush situations. 2 manufacturing standards, which I feel are very, very important. One, we are ISO 9001, which basically means that we get audited every year. Excuse me, we get audited to make sure that our quality and consistencies are precise. And we are actually ISO 14001. So we were one of the first wholesale manufacturers to receive this. Basically, 90% of the products that we do produce actually can be recycled. So it is a great benefit for you. If our stuff cannot be recycled, we try to have it reused as much as possible. So some of the fabric, for instance, cannot be recycled. We go ahead, we have non-for-profits that will come in. They'll grab the scraps. They'll make beds, mats, whatever the case may be for the homeless. A lot of our pallets, we have them reused as well. So we let local businesses come in. But the main goal of ISO 14001 is to really keep our stuff out of the landfills as much as possible. Some of the most popular products that we do see selling, and I'm sure you've seen these everywhere if you haven't been using them. First are going to be retractable banner stands. There is not one business out there that cannot benefit from some large signage. We have all products for different budgets, for different needs, sizes. You let us know, we can accommodate. A lot of back walls, step and repeat. Everyone loves a good picture opportunity, red carpet events, trade shows, large signage in public areas. And we actually are finding that a lot of people are using the backdrops for speaking engagements. So if they want to have something behind them, conform with the company, look very professional, instead of hiring one of those really expensive AV companies, we can accommodate. This is my personal favorite product that we do produce, so I always love to pop it in. But we do a lot of light boxes too. So if you want that next level signage really to pop, you can see these two pictures here. I did take them in our warehouse, but even in high lit areas, these suckers are still going to shine. So of course, great for trade show and events, your lobby, the stores, schools, churches, hospitals, whatever the case may be. Lots of table throws as well. So we have the standard ones that you see everywhere. But if you do have a custom table that you really like to bring around, all you have to do, call up Shamrock and ask, and we can accommodate. Lots of outdoor stuff too. Tents, the flags, our mini pop-up bars have been very, very popular. So if you do find that you're doing a lot of outdoor events, that's when you give us a call. Call Shamrock and we can give you a lot of options. Now, some of the fun stuff. So we do have a 5 meter print capabilities with a lot of the fabrics. So that's basically a 16 feet without a seam. So we can produce some really large projects without the seam. The seams just kind of make it look almost unfinished in a way. So we like to keep it professional as possible, and your graphics will look absolutely flawless. So, some of the custom stuff that we have produced, just kind of giving you a sneak peek at some of the bigger jobs. But this comes to play when you're looking for something a little bit different. It does need to conform to the company that you're working with or work for. It doesn't have to be giant. It could be just something small and simple. But again, it has to be unique to conform to your budget and to your look. So, of course, budget has to be in mind, and we are going to need a little bit more lead time. Some of the fabric structures that we offer. So we define fabric structures as hollow aluminum tubes with a pillowcase fabric graphic. So we love to mess around with these. We could do all different shapes and sizes. Again, you send us your vision and we will go ahead and create it. This is one we did for a museum. It was actually a beehive. The kids got to run inside of it. They absolutely loved it. Or you just want something fun and eye candy for maybe the lobby or even for trade show. Hanging structures are huge as well. Charging stations, little area nooks, as we like to call them. And then this one is that we did for Texas A&M. This was actually for the recruiting, and then they actually were having the players run through it at some of the games. And then we recently did Glow. They needed a modular structure that they could actually put on the stage. But again, these are just hollow aluminum tubes, fabric graphics, and then we put zippers in the most discreet location. As Tim said, we're going to put this in the chat and online too, but sneak a peek at some of the best sellers collections. Make sure that you are selling the products that are the newest and hottest thing out there. And basically, no job is too small and no job is too big, as you can see. All of our products have some sort of warranty. So when they do leave the facility, we do cover them. We have a product for all budgets. You need something economy or you want something high end, you let us know. Quick turns for some of the product. And at the end of the day, you are supporting an American company. Thank you so much.
Wow, that was awesome, Kara. Thanks so much. I have a couple questions, if that's okay. So
Of
one of
course.
the biggest questions that we get asked is it easy to assemble and take down? And I'm not really referring to the fully customizable solution. I'm looking at like some of those lit walls and some of the fabric structures that you had highlighted.
Sure, absolutely. So everyone, their definition of what is easy to put together, there's
Mhm.
definitely a gray area. With most of the products, there is going to be a setup video, and you can actually see someone physically building it, and then you can decide if that's the right product for you.
Oh, that's awesome. And so if we have our clients and they're looking towards end of the year or 2025 early planning, so when do we need to engage them? And I'm assuming you guys can put together art renderings and things like that. And is there a cost to any of that?
No, the virtuals are 100% free. So we take a look at your
Great.
website, we check out your vibe, you can send us your logo. And then as far as lead times go and when you should be reaching out, it depends on what product you're looking at. So as I said, our table throws, retractables, some of the flags, it is 24 hours to get out. If you're looking at say tents or back walls, it might be just 4 or 5 working days. And then of course with the larger stuff, we'll let you know immediately what kind of timeline we're looking at, just to make sure that you're invested in the right product.
I can vouch for some of the 24-hour service. We put you guys to the test. You've done a great job. So I'm going to
Thank
put
you.
you
I
on the
appreciate
spot
it.
here. So what's the coolest thing you guys have ever built, in your opinion?
So, one of the most fun things that we have done recently, we've done tons of different cool projects, but we actually it was a top secret project, and it was actually for Air Force One. So,
Very
we did
nice.
yes, we did a giant step and repeat. They had Air Force One parked, and they actually did a gala right in front of it, and we got the honor of printing the graphics. So, they did a lot of photo opportunities, and it was one of the largest that we had done in a long time, but it was really cool to see.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Hey, Kara,
My
great
pleasure.
insight. Please stick around. We're going to need your help to answer some questions in the chat if at all possible.
Of
So
course.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Now your booth is all set, okay? Now we need to highlight the products and services that are being displayed in the booth, and Steve is just the man to make that happen. Retail First is a full-service, design-driven manufacturer of custom retail point of purchase and merchandise displays. Welcome, Steve.
Hi, Tim. Thanks for having me.
Hey, I appreciate you taking the time out. Steve is recovering from a knee replacement only about a week and a half ago, and he's really doing great. So thank you for putting us on your calendar, even though I'm sure you're still not back full time. So thanks, Steve.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Good, good. If you can tell us a little bit about Retail First, and then how you can help our clients get their products noticed in both the trade show setting as well as retail, that'd be great.
Okay. So Retail First is a display company, a custom display company located in Elgin, Illinois, which is a small suburb outside of Chicago, Illinois. We have about 75,000 square feet of production and warehouse space, and full-time staff of about 50 people. We're capable of creating a concept with the help of a client and with help of clients and working with clients to produce retail store signage in all quantities, from one store to hundreds or thousands of stores. From print projects, displays, including print kit packing, we are truly a one-stop shop. I guess I have control over the,
Yep.
Let's see how that works there. Okay, so I'd just like to go over a little bit what we're going to talk about, 1 or 2 slides about the industry, a little bit about us, how we work, because a lot of people don't know how do you get a display from concept into production, into a store, and what's involved in doing it. And they're hesitant to do it. Give you a little bit of pictures that we've done in the past and some references, and have some questions and answers. What I really think is most important about this slide is that the anticipated growth rate of 6% between 2024 and 2032. It just emphasized the huge potential that exists in this market. We offer a comprehensive range of products and services and competitive prices, allowing you to fulfill your retail display needs in one place. This convenience can save you a lot of time, reduce costs, and for companies that are looking to enhance their display setups. We have an NDA on file with Shamrock, and our upper management has well over 100 years of display experience. So we can tackle most anything that you need. Our process. Initially, what happens is I'll get a phone call from somebody, maybe it's Tim, and he'll say, Steve, I've got a client that's looking to do this or that. I'll ask 1,000,001 questions. Hopefully I'll get some answers, or give Tim questions to go back to his client and get those questions answered. Come back to us. We'll talk a little bit more. I'll go back to my team and my design team, and we'll create some technical drawings and kind of figure out how we think this would look best in the limelight that the client needs it. We'll go back and forth to Tim again. We'll go back to a mock-up illustration where it's a rendering, and you'll see some renderings in a few seconds. From there, after the rendering, it goes back to the client. Changes are made if need be. Another rendering might be needed. At that point, once everybody agrees on a process or likes the final design there, we'll create a cost estimate as what it would run for the quantities that you need in the rollout. If all is approved, we go to the design lab. We'll create more in-depth drawings, then to a prototype. Once a prototype is approved, and it can still be changed, once the prototype's approved, we'll go into production and then assembly and then fulfillment. We also have, as I said before, full kit packing and assembly lines. So this is something that was done for Verizon. On the left is the actual rendering that we came up with. It was a design that Verizon needed something that was easy to put up and take down. They wanted to make it look like it was a telephone booth. And on the right, 2 pictures on the right, you can actually see what happened there. And we came pretty close. It's not exactly right on to what the design looked like in the prototype. On the left is called, for decoy, is a Trilon. A Trilon is something we came up with. It's a 3-sided display. It's easy to put up. It's easy to take down. It's recyclable if it needs to be. It is a 3-sided display, so if you put it in the middle of your floor, you see it easily from 3 sides. It's curved, and it's really been proven to be a well sought out display. The middle is a corrugated display dump-in, very common. We do all sorts of corrugated displays. And then on the right was actually for a company that wanted to teach their sales team how to relate to door-to-door sales out in the field. So we created about 75 doors that went out to different sales locations where they can work with their sales team on how to talk to people as they come through and answer the doors for them. Tim might be a little bit familiar with this one. This was the electric bolt, and the task here was to it's a door lock for the back of a van and for the side of the van, and the client wanted to be able to take this into a trade show, into a storefront, into a sales office or presentation room, and show them how it works, and had to be removable easily and lightweight. My team took it a step further, and we made it so it actually functions. So as you see right here how it looks, that's actually how it was developed. And on the right, there's an on-off switch. It made the lock go open and close. A few other changes, but it worked really, really well. Again, a concept, a timeline. Client wanted to have a 3D timeline, not just a typical printed one, where they can take to a show and then bring it back to their corporate headquarters and display it in their conference room. So this had to be made so it's modular, so it could be shipped, taken apart, and then rehung. So on the back, which you don't get to see, was actually a hanging device that would allow that to happen. And here is the actual piece. And this was a 3-dimensional display. We also made a crate that this would be able to ship into. In the back, you can see a little bit of our warehouse and some of our equipment. From one store to hundreds of stores to thousands of stores, we can handle your wallpaper, your hanging signage, your end cap signage, in-aisle signage, dividers, danglers, almost anything that you'd have for a retail store is something that we can help you with. Okay, something that we just finished that we're most proud of is the ACE show. It has a spring show and a fall show, and we're always helping out ACE. But this year they asked us to take care of their store of the future. So we were tasked with developing ACE's store of the future for the trade show at McCormick Place. We developed the front door, the front of a store, and built it at our warehouse, tore it down, sent it over to McCormick Place, and had it reinstalled there. And as you can see in the lower left-hand corner, there's a Trilon there. So it is a popular item that people like. And then on the right, we've used plexiglass, styrenes, Sintras, Coroplast, backer paper. Almost every material you could think of was used in the store of the future for ACE. Even fake grass. So that is the whole front of the store. As you can see, those were like window graphics that were put in. Everything was brought in. It was such a fun thing to be able to do for them. And all we've heard has been written up in Forbes magazine. It's something that we're really proud of and happy that we're able to take a part of. Some of the companies that we've dealt with, love to talk to you more about them if you have more time. And that's about it. Thank you.
Awesome stuff, Steve. Thank you so much. I mean, I've obviously had the luxury of working directly with you on some of those projects, and it's seamless. Couple questions, if I could. I mean, so when we pick up that call and we're giving you the most impossible task ever, like how long does it take your team to get back like some rough renderings and things like that, just for on the concept side, to at least get our client moving in the right direction and maybe spur some additional thoughts and applications so that they can hone in on what they actually want?
To do it right, Tim, we really like to have about a week. We can do it faster, but usually what happens is, the client says, "Oh, I didn't realize you can do this. You can do this. Well, let me give it to my team here," and they start brainstorming all of a sudden. So it's like you don't know what you don't know. So the question period that we talked about early on is one of the most important things we can talk about. Just getting clients to, for lack of a better term, regurgitate everything that they want and what's important to them, and then we could really come up with a really, really great design for them.
Right. I think it's probably most important to talk about the budget and quantity and things like that as well, because obviously your stuff is none of your stuff is on the shelf. So you guys are making everything from scratch. So some of your CAD renderings, I've been in those meetings where it's like, okay, now we got to send it out to engineering, where you talked about that Verizon booth and how that changed a little bit. I'm sure that was the difference between the art department and the actual fabricators. So, okay. So what kind of cool materials are you using these days?
Well, there's not that much new. Okay, there are fabrics and there are wallpapers, and they come up with different texture wallpapers. What we're finding is recyclable, eco-friendly items, and they need to come down in price more before they get to be more mainstream. But that's what people are starting to push now. They've been pushing for a long time, and then once everybody finds out the pricing of it, they kind of back off. But they're starting to come down in price. But in terms of brand new materials, Sinteres, styrenes, wood, metals, those are all still around and they're our staples.
Excellent. All right, putting you on the spot. What's the coolest thing you've ever made?
Wow. Probably the Ace booth. Just coming in and having the ability to redesign a whole store for their future is really cool to do. And they loved it. Excellent.
Yeah, it looks very, very cool. So, Steve, hey, thanks so much. Please stick around, answer any of the questions in the chat if you want. And again, it's never too early to start discussing these projects, new product launches, and things of that nature. So please reach out to your sales director, get a call scheduled with Steve. His team's amazing. So thanks so much, Steve. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Tim.
All right, now Kara's got your booth all sorted out, okay, and it's looking fine. Steve has all your product displays dialed in and getting noticed. Now, the one thing we need is the swag, right? So our final guest speakers are from Pop Promo. These ladies are redefining what custom means to branded swag and dominating the quick turn custom products. Their product line features full color and Pantone match products, and Pop offers our customer the ability to step out of that boring one color imprint, one location category, and is supplying options that are truly unique. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Welcome, Erica and Julia.
Thank you so much, Tim. All right, so hi everyone. We want to start off by thanking you all so much for joining us today. We also want to say a huge thank you to Ellen and Tim and the rest of the Shamrock team for inviting us. We are so lucky to partner with such an amazing team. Before we dive in, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Erica Chevron, and I will be your face of the Pop Promo Shamrock partnership. And today I am joined with Julie.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, as Erica said, for having us. My name is Julie Callahan, and I am the Chief Sales Officer here at Pop.
Thank you so much. So we're going to go through a really quick agenda of what you can expect today. We're going to take you through the branding experience and give you a little example of what that might look like. Next, we're going to go over a Pop Promo's introduction. We're going to go through our top sellers and then also speak to what's new right now. And then lastly, we are going to go over best practices working with Shamrock. So I hope everyone's ready. We are asking for full participation here. First, I'd like to say that Pop, we really pride ourselves on upgrading your branding experience by being visual, sensory, bringing the products to life, and bringing your own brand to life as well. So let's get started. Everyone, please use the chat and pick out which Home Depot logo is the correct logo. Don't be shy. 1, 2, or 3. Anyone? Yep. Awesome. All right. Perfect. So you are totally right. Number 3 is overwhelmingly the right color here. Now let me ask everyone this. Why could you answer that so quickly? Use the chat. You could say anything. No wrong answers. Yeah, thanks, Tim. All right. Well, yeah, exactly. So we can recognize this because Home Depot has spent millions of dollars to ensure that we can pick out their brand in less than 2 seconds. This truly showcases how important your brand identity and color matching really is. At Pop, not only are you seeing on the screen that the beanie can be dyed to their exact Home Depot color 165, but you'll notice that we can add a fun pattern which speaks to their brand and in turn allows you to really hone in on your brand identity as well. So let's put this into practice. Do we have anyone with IPS in the call with us today? Drop an emoji if you're here. Okay. All right. So imagine this. You're the marketing manager at IPS, and you have these beautiful brand guidelines shown on the left-hand side of the screen that may or may not have been shared with your Shamrock partner. But at this point, here's what your expectations are. Your expectations are to show products that reflect your brand guidelines. However, this is what you receive. Sure, a white logo on a black substrate does fit in with your brand standards, but you've seen this before, taking a stocked product and adding a logo versus something a little more creative like this. Yeah, so something that speaks directly to your brand identity while showing unique products. So again, everyone, which would you choose, the first or the second? Put your answer in the chat. Here's 1, and here's 2. Yeah, that sure does pop. All right, this is the heart and soul of who Pop Promos is. Designing product for your brand, not just taking a product and adding the logo.
All right, Erica, thank you so much. So what you're seeing on screen are just some of the products that we've seen really wow this year. And you may find yourself saying, I didn't even know there was an inflatable travel pillow or a sand-free towel available to put my branding on. And at Pop Promos, we are constantly trying to launch product that reflects what's happening in retail, as well as bring things that are a little outside of the box into the world of all things promo. So these are just some of the trends we're seeing relative to new products in 2024 that we think can help your brand shine. And then as it relates to how you all are thinking about what kind of products we manufacture here, you obviously heard a little bit about what we do, but on screen are our top 3 categories. So first and foremost, the sock category. So as you think about fashion and you think about apparel trends, socks are often serving as an extension of that, as an accessory, and it is our top selling product category here at Pop. Next, bags. So all of our bags in our collection are entirely full color. So what that means for you is we can really highlight your brand or your event and bring that to life in the product itself. And then last but not least is our vegan leather collection. It's our line of faux leather products that are also printed in full color. So we can bring those fine details forward in any of the products that you think are appropriate for your upcoming project.
Thank you so much, Julie. So you just heard Julie say that bags are a top trending category. So here are some of our most popular bags right now. And let's break this down a little bit further. Who here is always looking for sustainable or eco-friendly products? All right. We are continuing to see eco and sustainability grow as a trend across the board, which is why we are continuing to expand our eco product category, meaning now we have about 25% of our products, the whole line, made from eco and sustainable material. What you see on the screen is our recycled canvas collection. In this line, all of our products are made from recycled water bottles and includes a full color design, again, allowing these products to speak to your brand identity. And now here's something that no other supplier can offer. This is our Wilson and Riley genuine leather collection. This is real, genuine leather that is matched 100% to your brand colors. This is a super luxurious line, and with the holidays approaching, this is great to think about for your higher end gifting, especially for alumni and your executives. Moving into one of our newest collections, we just launched a new partnership with a USA-based company, Silograms. We are super excited about this partnership. We are offering 4 products within the line, including 2 ice cube trays, a whiskey ball mold, and coasters. These can either be produced in a stock black, red, or navy, or color matched to your brand. This is another great line to consider for the holidays approaching, making these the perfect gift for almost anyone. Who here has a furry friend at home? I know you guys, yep, I know you guys do. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that 67% of people in America have a pet? That means $1,500 a year is spent on pet items alone. So naturally, we can't forget about your pets. Here at Pop, we're offering a wide variety of pet products, so even your furry friend can sport the look of your brands. On the screen, you can see a mix of our top sellers in this collection, but I personally have to applaud our tennis ball toy for our dogs. My dog Maeve plays with it all the time at the office. And lastly, I have to, of course, mention our winter wearables with fall and winter right around the corner. Through your Shamrock partners, we can not only create retail-inspired knit wearable collections for you, but again, we can make these in your brand exact Pantone colors. So just think about it. You can put together a whole holiday cohesive gift set of a beanie, a scarf, and a glove that will match your colors across the board. All right, and now we have a extremely exciting sneak peek. Because of the partnership with Shamrock, you guys are one of the first groups to have access to know what's coming from Pop Promos in an exclusive sneak peek for golf ball markers, LVL golf club headers, and then fleece winter wearables, which again can be Pantone matched.
All right, so what you're seeing next on the screen, many of you on the call may know these brands because these are some of a few of the partners of Shamrock. And what you're noticing are some of those creative ideas coming to life here in different products themselves for each of the corresponding brands. So one of the ways you're going to hear me talk about the best ways to partner with Shamrock is to allow Shamrock to put together some really cool creative pitch decks for you and come up with a curated collection of items that work perfect for your upcoming project. If you have not asked Shamrock for this lately, please reach out to your Shamrock contact. They can be in touch with us, and we will actually do that on Shamrock's behalf, bringing your brand forward and into the life of the product itself. So as you think about your ongoing partnership with Shamrock, Erica, if you'll go to the next slide here, we just have some best practices as it relates to your ongoing partnership. First and foremost, the reason we're on the call today is we think so highly of the Shamrock brand and the partnership, and we know that they are not providing average products for average end users. They're really helping elevate how they think of their partnership with you and how they can bring your brand in more of an elevated light as well. So some of the ways that we encourage you to work with them is just regularly have conversation with them. We encourage that to be scheduled and in a cadence that is appropriate for your upcoming events and calendar. We also encourage that the sooner you know about a project and you can let Shamrock know, the more likely that they will have the ability to come up with more creative concepts or more out-of-the-box products that maybe the people you're going to hand those gifts to haven't seen before. So get in front of them early and get in front of them often. And then last but not least, we encourage you to use Shamrock for those creative resources so that you don't have to take on the responsibility of coming up with something unique on your end. We will gladly own that work and take that off your to-do list. And lastly, we will gladly provide any samples that you see to touch and feel and understand the quality of those products to make sure they're the perfect match for your upcoming event. So on that note, Tim, I'll pass it back to you and just want to say thank you on behalf of Erica and myself for having us here today.
Well, I don't even know how to follow that up. That's pretty amazing stuff. So as I look at a couple questions, if I could, as I look at the renderings and things like that, what kind of timeline do you need to make that happen? I know that a lot of times we'll get a call and say, hey, I'm looking for some ideas. Can I get it back by tomorrow? Is that enough time, or do you need 24, 48 hours to make that all happen?
So Tim, our standard turnaround time is 24 hours. If you have a situation where you guys would like to see something back, ensuring that you absolutely have it next day, just let your Shamrock partner know that. Shamrock will tell us, and we'll rush that to ensure you have it in the time frame. But our standard turnaround is 24 hours. There are times we go beyond that, but that's your typical.
And so I know that we're talking about really customized products. There's a lot of customization in there. So on your like some of the products that we've seen today, can you give me a ballpark on average lead times to get those delivered to our clients?
Absolutely. So on products like you saw with our domestic partner Insilograms, we can produce those in as quick as 5 working days.
Wow.
On some of our knits, which Erica mentioned, are winter wearables, which as a reminder, we are cutting and sewing that for every order. So if we are dyeing the yarn to be that exact beautiful IPS teal, because that yarn has to be dyed and then dried, it takes a touch longer. So the longest you'll wait from us is about 30 days. Everything else fits in between that 5 and 30-day mark.
Yeah, but just think about that. You go back to the IPS black and white cap, which probably takes a week to 10 days, or basically 2 weeks, 2 work weeks. 30 days is not that much longer to wait for something that spectacular.
Correct. You said it best, Tim. We agree.
And then, so lastly for you guys, any of the hot verticals that you guys are servicing that we need to be aware of?
Yes, we actually track every single order for a particular industry. And what we are seeing right now in terms of verticals that continue to buy and are having success in 24 are food and beverage, collegiate, healthcare, financial, and technology. And the reason technology is important is we know in 2023, tech had a little bit of a head cold. There was a lot of movement around some of the large tech firms, and seeing that come back to life is really encouraging for us.
Excellent. Well, Erica and Julie, thank you so much. Very cool stuff. And we're looking forward to a lot of feedback on this in regards to sending us your logo. We can obviously incorporate your web address so that they can get some additional feeling and vibe for what you guys are looking for. And let's see what you guys can do to help bring our clients' brands to life.
We would love that. Thank you all again for having us.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Well, that wraps up the show for today. I think we can all agree that Shamrock is obviously the one-stop shop for all trade show visual marketing needs. So please let us know how we can help. I'd like to thank our guest speakers for sharing such insightful information surrounding trade show success. We'll be reaching out to the chat winners in the next few days, and I want to extend a huge thank you to our clients for taking time out of the busy schedules to join us. So everybody take care and cheers.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.